One. Good morning, YouTubers, friends, followers, subscribers, and Trevorites. Even the lovers and haters and wasters basers. But mainly, are you okay, Zeus? But mainly I say good morning to you, the subscribers, because without you, the channel wouldn't grow, and for that, I am forever grateful. Come here. Come here, then. Come here. He's missed me. He's been with his mum. It's Wednesday today, but he's been with his mum for over a week, and today when he seen me, he got really excited. So he's now back with his dad. Say hello. Anyway, yep, so he's now back here. And he's been sitting staring at me all morning and following me around the house. So there we go. Anyway, big thank you to everyone out there. Thanks for the email this morning, Gemma's Journey. Gemma's, yeah, that was a lovely email. I have responded. Yes, I watched a bit of Gemma's live last night. Yeah, I do support many YouTubers. Yes, I don't just keep all the stardom for myself. I'm a firm believer that if you've got over 86,000 subscribers, then use those subscribers, utilize all those good people, and show them more great channels. That's the way it should be. There's nothing on here for everyone. Yes, and tomorrow morning, Trevor will be having a face-to-face with a YouTube representative. Yes, many questions to be asked and hopefully answered, and we will get to the bottom of what's been going on. Yes, I think I have been misunderstood quite a lot in some of my videos in the past, hence why I don't talk about certain things. I don't mention certain things. I don't even call a certain individual a ginger manunt anymore. I've stopped doing that, haven't I? But there we go. What are you doing? But yeah, all positivity today. The weather, it's raining at the minute. My son wants to go fishing, but it's raining at the minute. I know people say, yes, but if you go fishing in the rain, you know, it brings the fish to the top. It's like, yeah, I get that. But it means getting soaked to the dick, doesn't it? Anyway, that's a saying, by the way. Right. Shout out to Patrick Christie, who last night, you know, I got a call. I was out fishing yesterday with my son, and I got a call from one of the floor managers on GB News. I won't mention his name. But it's a he, clearly. Dickhead, Trevor, what you say? Anyway, and can you come on? We want to talk about this. Okay. And they sent me all the stuff they wanted me to look at, and I looked at it. And then I do my own research, because I look at what they send me. Trevor, people arriving, migrants arriving in our country are being handed luxury apartments in Chelmsford. And I thought, well, no, I wasn't surprised, if I'm honest. I wasn't surprised. I went, makes sense. Now, I had other ideas in my head, but I was on the news. I had my things down. I went, yes, there's 2.1 million people in the UK waiting for housing. Yes. There's around about 5,500, 6,000 homeless veterans. Yes. There's a couple of 100,000 homeless people. There's 123,000 homeless children in the UK. So I looked at all these different statistics, and I was looking at them all. And then I looked at all the homeless charities. And, you know, I get wound up because, check this out. From all the different charities and sectors, they say there's between 5,500 and 6,100, 200 homeless veterans in the UK. But there's also lots of veterans charities in the UK. Now, check this out, people. If every one of those veterans charities housed 6 veterans each, so if a charity houses 6 veterans each in a year, there wouldn't be any homeless veterans. Now that begs a question. Why are they not solving it? Well, in my own opinion, people, I believe that the CEOs and the workforce of these charities would be unemployed. So what's really their incentive to fix something to lose their job? That's just my opinion. Then I look at all the different money coming in. It's £1 billion sector, by the way, the Veterans Charity. So put that aside. Now let's look at the priorities. If you go to a council, and I've done it in the past when I left the military, and you go on a thing called priority housing. What they don't tell you is how many other people are priority housing. So listen to this. You're leaving the military, you're a veteran, you have a family. Yes, you are priority. And you are left with this false impression that you're going to be priority of the housing list. You're not. Asylum seekers are priority. Economic migrants are a priority. Single women are priority. Women that are pregnant are priority. Veterans are priority. Refugees are priority. So as you can see, straight away, people with disabilities are priority. So as you can see, every single person that applies for a house is being told that they are a priority. When they're not, there's priority 1, priority 2, priority 3, priority 4, priority 5, priority 6. There's different priorities. But we are all walking away going, oh, we're on the housing list and we're priority. So that's the issue that we have at the minute with the councils. And do you know who is the priority of those councils? Do you know who is? Whoever runs that council, whatever their incentives are, whatever their political beliefs are, and they run that council, those people get priority. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what I didn't get to say was that most councils have been handed £2 million to build new houses, but not for us, the taxpayers. No, for asylum seekers and economic migrants. So each council's been given £2 million of taxpayers' money to build housing for our visitors. But they're not being given extra money for the rest of us. That's why there's 2.1 million people waiting on the housing register. And we're never going to reach that top threat because there's always someone being thrown into our area that's going to beat us, who's going to pimp us to the finish line. Yeah. There was loads I could have said last night, but you know what? I do think the housing minister needs to resign. I honestly believe that whoever's in power, whether it's Labour or Tory, they don't have our priorities at the best of their heart. Everyone's chasing recognition for helping the charity case, but there's no incentives to help ordinary families. There's really not. There's really not. Right, put that aside. What else? Just Stop Oil. Just Stop Oil have been recorded secretly saying it's really great. Our protests have helped shape Labour's new policies. Well, that doesn't really mean anything, does it? Because they're not going to get in power. You're shaping the policies of... Imagine shaping the policies of the person that never wins. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I think in the next election, we're going to see a massive change. We really are in the UK. I'm not political. I'm certainly not. I try and use common sense. But my common sense is telling me Labour and Conservative are not the parties for the people. Honestly, you may hate me saying it, but I think maybe Reform or UKIP is the way to try and fix our country. Whether you think I'm racist or not, I don't give a damn. I need to see the public, the hardworking public, whether you're whatever colour you are, whatever religion you are, we need to put them first. There should be a new law brought in. Patrick Christie mentioned this. There should be a new law brought in which gets sent down to every local authority. You must house British nationals first and foremost. That should be a law. Yeah, should push for that as well. Right, what else is happening? They're calling it the betrayal of a generation. The betrayal of a generation where half of all parents that have children at school have said that the catastrophic lockdowns have led to the demise of their children's social skills. Unless you're a first responder, as I would suggest, your children went to school at first responders, didn't they? Because it only seems that first responders' children's lives mattered, eh? The rest of us had to take time off work, stay at home, and educate our children. But I'm glad the teachers got a 6.5% pay rise. You know, thoroughly deserved. But mark my words, people. Whoever watches this video, mark my words. Day one, back at school, teachers will take that day off for teacher training day. Because you know why? They haven't had enough time during the year with all those days off to do their training, have they? Yes. I'm just saying. And David Lloyd Leisure Centre. I used to, me and my wife and son used to be members of David Lloyd Leisure whenever my son played tennis at David Lloyd's. Guess what? And it was expensive. It was a small mortgage just to have breakfast there. The tennis lessons were extortionate prices. Yeah. Well, anyway, David Lloyd's has just been fined £2.5 million because a toddler fell into the swimming pool and drowned. Now, when I first seen this story this morning, I thought, where was the parents? That was just my initial opinion. A toddler fell into the pool and drowned. Where was the parents? Well, it turns out it was a dad. A dad. I'm not saying all dads are good or bad. I'm just saying it was a dad. Now, dads don't have that paternal sort of... Dads don't have that paternal type love for children. They don't. Whether you like it or not, they don't. They don't. People will shout me down, comment in the comment. But a mother taking a toddler, small, below 3 years of age, to a swimming pool, would never, ever let that child out of her sights. Now, this is my opinion. She would never let that child out of her sight. She would have stood there with it. The dad, allegedly, was standing negotiating swimming lessons for his daughter when the toddler was found drowned in the pool. Now, David Lloyd had to pay out £2.5 million in compensation to that family because they admitted liability. And the reason why they admitted liability is because on that specific day, they only had one part-time lifeguard on. So they've admitted liability for not having a lifeguard on when they should have, and they've had to pay out. But the truth is, and whether you like it or not, the fault of that child drowning was the parents, in my eyes. And I'm sure I'm going to get crucified for saying that, but that's just my opinion, people. Right, what else is happening? What have I got down here? Oh, listen to this. An NHS Stalker has been suspended. Yes, after he grabbed a colleague. He grabbed a nurse by the throat and demanded her phone number. He's been suspended under investigation. In his defence, what he said was this. It was just banter. Honestly, it was just banter. Just banter. You can't grab people by the throat and demand their phone numbers. That's like a sexual predator. You shouldn't be suspended. You should have been sacked. I'm sure people will comment about that anyway. What else have I got down here? Veganism. Veganism, different types of diets, different ways of living. We all have different ways of living. What gets us through each day, yes? Some of us are mental, some of us aren't. Anyway, a vegan influencer known as Zahara Deant, might be Deant, can't pronounce it, right? Has died from starvation and exhaustion. She hadn't drank water in 6 years and she had lived on a plant-based diet. The only thing I can say to that is the word diet itself. What do you get if you take the letter T off diet? Bingo. Don't let people influence you in life. Take your own path, choose your own path, and you know what? If you're focused and determined, you will hit all your goals. People around you will criticize you on the journey, but what you'll notice is this. The more successful you get towards your target, you should be getting praise, but you won't. In today's society, you'll get hated for it. You'll be slandered, you'll be destroyed, you'll be lambasted, but that just proves one thing. You're more successful than them. Anyway, listen, thank you very much for everyone that supports my channel. I do appreciate it. For those of you that have gone across to my ex-wife's channel, which is called the Balanced Body Hub, she put a video up yesterday about the frozen shoulder. Actually, it's an excellent video. I've had loads of feedback from it. If you haven't seen her channel, go across and have a look at it. It's excellent. Anyway, listen, have a great day, everyone. But most of all, stay safe.